A trader works on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange New York Stock Exchange in New York, U.S., September 8, 2017. Reuters Brendan McDermott Reuters Wall Street hit new life highs on Monday powered by financials, technology, and industrial stocks even as investors await cues from the Federal Reserve on its future path of monetary policy. Shares of the major banks Bank of America BAC.N, Morgan Stanley MS.N and Citigroup CN were up more than 1%. Boeing BA.N and Caterpillar CAT.N rose more than 1%, providing the biggest boosts to the Dow, while Nvidia's NVDA.O near 5% increase pushed the Nasdaq higher. The major indexes have been breaking new highs, with the Dow recording its best weekly gains this year and the SP, its second best. Market continues to firm up. "We could be experiencing what's known as a robust return environment," said Ronald Sanchez, Chief Investment Officer at Fiduciary Trust Company International in New York. A relatively quiet North Korea and U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson's recent comments on peaceful solution also led investors back to riskier assets. Investor focus will shift to the Federal Open Market Committee's two-day meeting, which starts on Tuesday. The meeting is unlikely to result in an interest rate increase, but investors will focus on how Fed Chair Janet Yellen views recent inflation readings for clues on the timing of further rate hikes. Persistently weak readings of inflation that have remained below the Fed's 2% target rate have been a concern for policymakers. However, a stronger-than-expected rise in consumer prices in August triggered a more than 50% rise in the odds of a December rate hike, according to CME Group's FedWatch tool. The trend in inflation has taken a downtick. "I think Yellen will need a little more evidence on the inflation side over the next month or two to have some conviction about moving rates in December," Sanchez said. The central bank is also expected to announce plans to begin unwinding its $4.2 trillion portfolio of treasuries and mortgage-backed securities, nearly a decade after the global financial crisis. At 10:59 a.m. Eastern Time 14:59 GMT, the Dow Jones Industrial Average (DJI) was up 71.16 points, or 0.32%, at 22,339.5. The SP 500.SPX was up 5.83 points, or 0.233179%, at 2,506.06, and the Nasdaq Composite.IXIC was up 20.94 points, or 0.32%, at 6,469.41. 10 of the 11 major SP sectors were higher, led by a 0.59% gain in the financial index. SPSY. Financial stocks benefited from a rising U.S. Treasury yields, with the yield on benchmark 10-year notes at 2.222%. U.S. among stocks, Orbital ATEKOA.N jumped 20.69% after Northrop Grumman Knock.N said it would buy the missile and rocket maker for about $7.8 billion in cash. Northrop's shares inched up 1.54%. Advancing issues outnumbered decliners on the New York Stock Exchange by 1,723 to 996. On the Nasdaq, 1,851 issues rose and 902 fell. Reporting by Shruti Shankar in Bangalore. Editing by Arun Koyer or Standards Thomson Reuters Trust Principles.